just wanted to do a little run around of this car. I've had it out of the shop. It's a 73.5 911T, so it's fuel injected. This is about 140 horsepower or so. Obviously this is a base model, and this one's fully restored in Viper Green. I think they did a little bit of a touch of a pearl in the Viper Green on this. It's got the 2.4 liter. I've done a bunch of work to it after the restoration. It seems like it wasn't quite dialed in. It had a charging issue, which killed the batteries, and then the ignition, and a bunch of other quirky things. I just got it cleaned up and waxed for the customer to be picked up. He's had it in and out of the shop here about 3 times, and had a cold start issue either, and a hot start issue, which they're known for. Warm-up issues with the warm-up regulator. It wasn't adjusted properly, which is usually the case. They're a little tricky to adjust. It's definitely a learning curve with those. But the customer's owned this a long time, I think 27 years, and he went through it, and I did really beautiful restoration on it. Really nice car. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little run around, that's all. Just quick tour of this thing. 73 was an interesting year for the T, which stands for touring. It was the lightest of all the cars of that year. They did a couple things to it. Obviously, fuel injection, which before that, the 911s were actually carbureted. I mean, the Ts. And bigger displacement, more horsepower. And they also added some length to the suspension, to the shocks, so that it actually gave it a better ride quality. It wasn't as harsh or as hard of a ride quality. I never really thought the 911s were harsh ride quality, as some might say. If you put some race suspension in them, they can be pretty harsh. But this one does ride a little bit harder. He does have conies in the front and rear. It had some issues with that too. It was someone had the tires rotated wrong, and the front end had some bolts that were loose. We won't really get into that too much. But I think we should take it for a quick drive up the road and let you guys kind of see and feel how this car goes. It's kind of hard, obviously, not actually being in it. But let's get in and check her out. Let's get your typical gauges in here. Leather wrapped steering wheel. It does have vinyl seats. That was typical for a T. You could upgrade to leather, obviously. This was an AC car. I don't know if the AC works in this car. I haven't really driven it enough. I'm not a big fan of how they put the AC in here. It's kind of a low kick down on the panels here. And it's real bare to change the ignition switch on the backside with that there. I found that out. That was fun. But everything in here is pretty much original. Original interior in here. Original headliner. And of course you got the life preserver floaty up here just in case you end up in the water. Those always tend to do that. No cracks in the dash, which is nice. I think he ridded the dash too. I'm gonna get you guys set up over here in the passenger seat and we'll go for a cruise. Buckle up. Cold start. It's got the cold start throttle adjustment here. You gotta pull that up to start these. This wasn't the best fuel injection. A lot of people freak out when they see that. That's just the e-brake. Flashes when it's up. The older ones did the same thing, but it was the oil light. So. And the gear shift in this is a little different. First is up here. My 69's down here. My 79 is in the same spot as this. It gets confusing. You gotta realize what year car you're in. Shut the window here so you can hear. Just gonna take her down the road, see how she's idling. Yep. Smooths out. it's good for these roads. It's just the power to weight ratio is good. It's not overpowered. You can't get in trouble with it. I mean, you can get a speeding ticket, of course, but you can't, like, it's not gonna kick out sideways on you. I mean, it could, but you really gotta be being stupid. I like the carbureted ones a little better, but again, you saw there, I had to think about the transmission there for a minute. I'm used to my 69. Feels good. Feels a lot better than it did. It's definitely happy now. Of course, we had to get behind a Subaru, and then in front of that's a Nissan Leaf. Yeah, electric car. Boring. All right, she's going good now. It's all fixed. Customer gets to pick her up tonight and take her home. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe.